Crossing the Atlantic is not a sort of simple and easy project. It requires a lot of planning and a lot of preparations. And in this video, we're going to show you how we do it, how we prepare, how we plan, and how we execute the plan. Right now, it's winter in Sweden, and in just a few weeks' time, summer is here. And by that time, we will be departing to go on an adventure, crossing the Atlantic, sailing in the Caribbean, and going back to Sweden with the whole family. This project has been in the planning stages for many years, and now we're executing that plan. But how do we do this? What do you have to do? What can you do? Do you want some advice? This is the advice that we can share to you. So I got some help to help you guys understand what it is that we do, so we can get a sort of visual graphic on this, okay? So we divided everything into 3 main areas.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So we have the boat, the house, and life. When it comes to the boat, what is it that we need to do with the boat for this project?
We have to fix our sails, get new ones, because the old ones are not fit for fight.
Yeah, cool.
We have to fix our engine.
So it won't leak at least?
At least, yes. We have to fix the safety on board.
Like a life raft.
And we got to fix some more storage.
Oh yeah, storage, yeah.
So we can fit all the things we want to
Yeah, that's
have
actually
on board.
the main drawback on our boat is we don't have that much storage.
But on top of that, we have lots of other things we need to do.
Yeah. Everything else,
Yes.
like the hundreds of projects that you actually need to do on a boat.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is sort of the basic overview. Okay, so let's move on to the house. What is there work to be done on the house?
Yes.
How come?
Well, first of all, we have to do some
Maintenance. Yeah.
Then we have to do some touching up,
Yeah.
and we have to pack up the house.
No, what? We're gonna pack up the house?
Yeah.
Why?
We are renting out the house.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So okay, so we're moving out at the same time as we're moving in.
Yes.
Okay.
And then if we go to this
The life part.
life part.
Life. So that's everything else that we couldn't fit on the house or boat.
Yep.
Okay.
So first of all, we have our own business we need to take care of.
Oh yeah, we run an escape room business.
Yes.
We need to do something about that.
And then, the work situation.
Oh yeah, true, I'm working. ISE 2025 is about to open and Lumeradio are exhibiting.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to not work.
And
first.
then we have 3 kids that goes to school. We need to fix
Not be in school, physically at least.
insurance.
Yeah, our home insurance won't cover Atlantic crossings with a boat.
And we need to do a health check. And vaccines.
So now we're just taking another vaccine.
So we can travel
alive.
safely.
So you can stay alive. Yeah, and now thanks to our daughter coming in to hold the camera, that's a great example of what happens when you have to do all this. We have this layer of, check out, we can put this on top of everything. Can you see what it says? Yeah, so while we try to do all of this, what covers up is reality. We have kids, we have work to do. I travel a lot for work, they have activities pretty much every day. I mean, we have to do life at the same time as we're doing this massive project, and that's what sort of makes it so difficult. So these are the 3 main areas that we're focused on: the boat, the house, and life. And they all together, of course, there is a budget. In order to do this, in order to sort of get this overview of what we do, we need help of the tools that we're using. So to keep track of every single task that we have, we're using a tool called Trello. It's a web-based platform really, meant for project management in different ways. So every single task that we need to do, either at home or regarding schools or to purchase, it's all in here. Everything we've ever done is stored in here. So for instance, we have things to do at home, things are ongoing, things to purchase, projects, backlog, preparations for going sailing, later projects, to do things, tips and ideas, all our documents, all the manuals, all the certificates that we need, it's all stored here. In this place, we keep everything really. So for instance, if we look at ongoing, this is what's ongoing at the time of recording this. We have the motor projects, engine projects, changing hoses to the heat exchanger, moving the expansion tank, exhaust elbow control. We have some comments that I've added just for specific the project motor stuff. We have motor service, the yearly motor service with all the tasks. We have the changing the septic tanks in the rear with some photos of what the space looks like and also what kind of tanks we've been looking at to purchase. Every single thing that we do is stored here. So as soon as we have a task that we need to do something about, it might already be in here or not. We put it in here and we can, as time goes by, we can prioritize and pick out different tasks in the order they need to be done. So this is really our way of keeping track of this project. It doesn't have any sort of timing built into it, like when are things supposed to be done or so. We have priorities and we have sort of things we have planned for the autumn, for the winter, for spring, and also later. But as we all know, boating projects will grow in complexity and there will be a lot of things, unplanned things happening. So this is how all the things we would like to do, prioritized with different colors, the things that we have to do before we go sailing, things that would be nice or things that should have been done. Right now, for this project of sailing long, I would say the amount of tasks here goes to about 100, 150 something of different things that we need to do.
Now you know what we have to do. Time to get something done.
Ta-da. Hello. Today we're back again in the marina. I only got 2 kids with me today. No wife, no Adrian. Got the big ones only. So we're gonna try and fix the keel while there's still enough temperature for the epoxy to harden. So we're gonna grind down the keel a little bit and fix those rust parts. Otherwise, we want to take it home as much as possible from the boat. So we want to take home the valves for the through hulls so that we can fix things at home, because it's very important for us to... You got a mic?
Yeah. Hello.
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 I think you need to turn on the mic first. She got a mic.
There is no button.
Do you need help, Missy?
Mic check.
Mic check.
Yeah. So that turns out right. So there are several points along the keel here where we need to treat it. We need to grind it down and fill up with epoxy again. Now we quickly grind away all the major issues on the keel. We're gonna fix them with some 2-component epoxy filler here. So just gonna mix that up and cover up the holes that we made, and that'll be better than it was before. So the next tasks to handle are the through hulls. We haven't started that project yet, but they need some service, one way or another. So we're gonna take the hardest one, or the most affected one. We're gonna try and get it off and see what it looks like on the inside. So we're gonna take it home, as everything, we just take it home, all of it. So this is beneath the kitchen sink. We're a bit concerned that once we try to take this one off, when we rotate it, the through hull might actually rotate as well, and if it does, then we have to take it all off and do it again. So this one will be tricky, and there will be some cursing and pain involved in getting this off. Luckily enough, I got someone to do it for me.
Wait, what?
Oh, it's not big enough. Seriously.
Turns out we can actually get the wrench to hold at the very bottom, and it looks like the through hole is actually not moving at all, which is great because that will save me a whole lot of time. And now you get to see why I want to replace this one. Check this out. We'll clean it up back home and see what it looks like on the inside and so on. But yeah, we got one of the big ones off. Great! 7 is gone. And yeah, this one's also in pretty bad shape. So it's really nice getting these off, getting them cleaned up, perhaps switched out. It's going way easier than I expected, but we can't get the big ones off like the sanitary hoses. But yeah, the morale is actually quite high today. Awesome! Let's see if we can find a single more through hull before we get out of here. So this is the engine coolant intake, and it's gonna be the last one for today. It's been going really well. Morale is high, and I have had a great support of my cameraman as well. He's been fetching tools for me the whole day. He's been running errands and finding new tools in the marina. Thanks, Lucas.
No problem.
Yes! This feels good. Good job. Thank you. And so we're back home with all these bits and pieces. Gonna put them in a nice vinegar bath. See what they look like tomorrow morning.
So now it's another morning here in the house, and all the parts have been soaking overnight in vinegar. So it's time to see the results of a couple of hours of swimming in vinegar for these parts. That's better. See what these markings mean. RS8 something. Yeah, 1 inch. I get that. Here we go. We have MS58. You know what that means? That's a marking of the type of metal being used in this particular valve. So MS58 means, unfortunately, brass. So I have a bit of a concern that all these parts might be brass because of it being, yeah, cheaper. And 25 years old brass is not ideal when you plan to cross the Atlantic. Yeah. So even though they might look good, we're gonna do some tests to see if they actually hold up. I'm probably just gonna hit some of them with a hammer and see how well they handle it. So all these valves are rather old, and it's hard to tell if they're in good condition or not. And if I wouldn't have known better, I'd probably put them back on board because they look quite alright. But over time they might get a bit soft, which you can see on some of these. Like this is one of the valves for the kitchen sink. If I try to break off this, yeah, it's quite alright. Yeah, just leave some dents in the threads. However, this one, the coolant intake, you can just chip it off like this. So yeah, imagine what happens if someone hits it hard, or yeah, I don't know really how much it can sustain, but I can just break this apart. So this is the reason why these guys are not going back on board. And I'm more concerned about the actual through hulls sitting there as well, because they're made of the same material. So yeah, let's check Galapagos quickly. Seeing that they're all MS58, I'm gonna look for something reasonable to replace them with, and that will be either bronze or the plastic ones. So those are basically the two good options. The problem is all the through hulls, if I need to replace them as well, because after all they're the ones keeping everything in place, and they've been exposed even more since they're on the outside of the boat. So That's a bit concerning. Winter in Sweden, it's sunny, it's about 4 degrees warm. So we're back in the marina today again to check all the through holes. So we're gonna check them out, see if they have a pinkish surface or if it's just flat out gold colored brass. If it's pinkish, if it has sort of fluctuations in colors and it's sort of pink spots, that's a sign that the zinc of the brass has been worn out. It's been all leaked out over time, and it's now the copper that is coming out. And if that is happening, you need to change it before it becomes too fragile. So let's hope not all are in bad shape at least. Golden and shiny. This one, see the pink stuff. These pink spots shows that the zinc in these brass through holes has been eroded. So when you start to see these pinkish colors, it's time to change them out. This one is still fresh, like many others. Just a quick stop in the marina. Let's head home instead. It's cold here. It's raining, it's cold, and I've just picked up 7 kilos of bronze valves. We're gonna switch them all out into bronze instead. So all our ball valves were made out of brass. This cheap kind of brass that you still find in newly produced boats even. It's a brass that lasts for a couple of years in salt waters, not that long, and ours were some of them were in really bad shape. So we opted to go with bronze instead of composite. Those were the two alternatives. The main reason for bronze is because the composite doesn't have the same flow through, so it's not a full flow valve as compared to the bronze ones, which is. And it's expensive, but you gotta find a good supplier, which I did with the help of a friend in the marina. Thank you. And now I have a valve for every single through hole that we have, so we're gonna switch them all out into bronze. Yes! Feels really good to have a proper solution instead of just having the brass ones.
So now we're just taking another vaccine, and we have taken like 1,000,000,000 hundreds of different vaccines. So mom and dad has now promised us, like every other time, ice cream.
Did you promise them ice cream?
Oops, I did.
Yeah, so all the vaccines marks another checkbox in the project list. Now we don't have that much more to do. Yeah, we do. So that's just another one of the 1,000 things that we have to do. Oh well.